It's MK, and I am here with another May I Scraplift You layout, and today I am lifting Sandy Reversky, who is Take Goddess here on YouTube, and I just could not wait to lift this layout. I love all of the little intricate pieces that she has, and I say intricate by, just like it was almost like she used scraps for her layout. So I have this really cool title from Bramble Fox. I've got some foam, spider webs. I have this cute little tag that I made for my daughter's classroom back in the day when she used to have little treats in her elementary class. I have a couple die cut pieces from October 31 Simple Stories. And then I have some brads that are from My Mind's Eye, the Lost and Found Halloween edition. And there's a couple close to my heart brads that I added to the pack just to try to keep them contained. I have this branding strip from Close to My Heart. There's another die cut. I have my basil cardstock, and then lots of pieces of paper. The spider web and this glitter is all from Stampin' Up. There is my daughter's photo trying on my eldest daughter's Viking costume. I have Sandy's stencil in the spider web. I love this stencil. I actually borrowed it from her. From Die Cuts with a View Halloween pack way back in the day, like early 2000s. I have this purple stripe close to my heart. Again, I have this piece of paper. I believe it was from the Mischief collection. I'm not really sure about that one. But it is super uber old, like 2009, you guys. Again, Stampin' Up, I have this black and white stripe piece of paper that I'm not sure if it's going to make it or not. And then from Stampin' Up as well, I've got this beautiful purple sheen paper that's black on the other side. But the purples just went with it really well. And I wanted to make sure, I'm also going to use this stencil butter from the Crafter's Workshop in black for the stencil work. But the papers that I originally picked out matched the photo a little bit more than what this purple layout. And so what I wanted to do was, of course, make a Halloween layout. However, I really loved the purple from Sandy's. So I was torn as to make it matchy-matchy my layout or make it matchy-matchy the person I'm lifting. And so because of that little tag that I made for my daughter's, basically her last Halloween in elementary school, which was this year here, 2021, I definitely wanted to use that tag. And so, of course, it's got purple on the background. So I thought, okay, purple's win. I'm going to do purple, even though the photo has no purple whatsoever in it. So that's why I decided to bring in the other Close to My Heart paper. However, I think the only spot where I use it is behind the photo. All right, so I do have a little bit of, so this stencil butter dries uber super fast, and I was trying to do a large area in a quick amount of time. So when I took the stencil away from, the paste, it kind of ripped my paper just a little bit because it was already drying. I did not work fast enough. But that's okay because I'm going to have papers and embellishments cover up those spots. I'm going to just keep on going on. Don't think that your stencil work has to be absolutely perfect before you can move on. We're scrapbookers, you guys. We cover things up and embellish all the time, right? So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I used that off-white piece of paper for my photo mat, and then I'm going to mount again with glitter cardstock. And then one was Close to My Heart and the other one was Stampin' Up. Now I'm going to take this Die Cuts with a View purple stripe and go ahead and cut out two stripes. One is about a 1/2 inch and the other one is probably 5/8 of an inch. It's a little bit bigger. I'm going to take off all the brads that I want to put on this layout. There's a couple skeletons that were from Close to My Heart from a long, long time ago. And then I think a couple black brads that I ended up pulling off of the My Mind's Eye sheet. And then I'm going to cut more strips from this purple paper. The thing about my Halloween stash is that I use it. I love my Halloween stash, you guys. And so my scraps are few and far between. I don't hardly have any scraps. So it does create a problem to where I have to cut into full 12 by 12s, or the scraps are really big, which is fine. It just means that I get to make more Halloween layouts. However, my children are getting older and they're not so much fun anymore. So I need to figure out how to use my Halloween stash, so that way I can keep creating with it, because it is my favorite stash, to be honest, next to, of course, the grunge stash, right? So I am planning on, embellishing my graveyard visits, or cemeteries in my Halloween stash, because why not? It kind of is the same representation. I just have to, quit buying the cutesy stuff, which is no fun. I like the cutesy. Cutesy for Halloween. All right, so I am going off of what Sandy had done in her layout. She's got lots and lots of little strips. Now, I found out later, because Sandy's sitting right in front of me, I found out later that she actually used a 6x6 pad and ended up having to piece her pieces, no pun intended, piece her pieces together. And so I thought about it and I was like, oh, well then I can take these pieces that I don't have quite long enough and cut them to where they go behind the photo and across to the other side, right? So that's perfect. I mean, Sandy did it with her 6x12 pieces, or 6x6 pieces, so why can't I? So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how much of my pieces I need and go ahead and extend it across. And then I pulled out a piece of washi. I just needed one more little strip, because Sandy actually had a border strip that had cemetery headstones on them. And I didn't have that, but I had this black grid washi tape. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. I will do that. And look at that. I covered up where I extended that paper, so I didn't even need to extend that paper all the way across. It's okay. Like I said, nobody's going to see it. So I am going to put my big ol' huge, what's it called? Foam spider web on top of my other spider web. I'm going to go ahead and do that and then add her little tag that I made. It was so super cute. I made these tags using an acrylic, what's it called? Witch's broom that I made for the shop many years ago. I can't say many because the shop's only been open for 3. So 2 years ago, I made these little brooms and decided to use them on her embellishments. And then I took a brown lunch sack and stuffed it full of goodies, and then stuck a little stick inside it and took a twine that's going to hold the tag around, and then I shredded the top to make it look like a broomstick. So the whole bag looked like a broom. So yeah, it was uber super cute. And then I had this tag left over, and I thought it was perfect to put it on a layout about my daughter. Why not? So anyways, going to go ahead and finish off embellishing all these little goodies. I did take all the prongs off of the backs of my brads and things like that. And then I went ahead and used glue dots to attach October 31. That's going to be my title. And then I've got a couple little pieces that say "What a Spooktacular Time" and a haunting we will go. And that brings in some of that off-white that is the frame of the mat behind my daughter's photo, the little tag with the witch on the broom from My Mind's Eye, all that good stuff. And then of course the broom on the embellishment adds to that color as well. So I do get in my little off-white that I really wanted to do, but also having the purple too. So I think it's pretty cool that it all came together really well. I don't mind meshing my whites and my creams at all. It does not bother me one bit to do any of that stuff. In fact, I just see it as another color, you guys. In all honesty, I don't see it as a neutral unless it's like a background or something like that. Then I see it as a neutral. But when I'm combining colors, I see ivory or cream as another color, and if it works, right? So I'm going ahead and gluing down my bats, but then popping up their wings in just like butterflies in foam. Now my little what are they called? My little skeleton skull things. The eyes are open, so I need to figure out how to close those eyes. So I'm going to go off real quick into my travel bin and try to see if I can't find gems that fit inside the eyes. And oh my gosh, Close to My Heart must have pre-planned this, because these are close to my heart little jimmies, and they fit perfectly inside the skeleton's eyes, and they're just the perfect little touch. They're tiny, microscopic little black gems, but they were the perfect touch for my little skeleton skulls. So I just thought it was great. And then I'm going to add one more little brad to my little cluster up in the my title cluster up at the top, and call this layout good and done. I absolutely love how this turned out. I love the way that it looks and everything. I'm so super happy with it, you guys. I really am. It doesn't even bother me that the photo has no purple in it whatsoever. I got what I wanted. I feel like it's a good representation of Sandy's, and I'm super stoked with it. All right, Sandy, thank you so much for allowing me to lift you today. I had a blast recreating your amazing layout. Be sure to check out the link down below for all the other folks that are playing along with May I Scraplift You. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. See you later.